Hi there, I'm Dave Gubler, broker owner of IML Real Estate here in Mission Viejo, and excited to talk to you today a little bit about our recent record sale in your neighborhood. Um, let's get right to that. We just sold 27422 Via Caroloso in the Madrid Central Tract of Mission Viejo for 1,925,000. That's $268,500 above the next highest sale in the Madrid Central Tract. Some of you are not in Madrid Central, but the builder, Mission Viejo Company, did a lot of intermixing when they built these homes. So if I consider the neighborhood Madrid Central, Castile, El Dorado, Dean Homes, and La Paz Central, amongst others. So basically, the non-lake or view portion of Central Mission Viejo. Let's talk a little bit about why this is such a remarkable number. Again, $268,500 above the next highest sale in the tract. And as you can see, here are the seven sales above $1.5 million all time that have occurred in Madrid Central. And right there at the top, our listing for 1,925. And that next highest at 24252 Via Madrugada, it was in May of last year. So that sale occurred at the height of the market. And again, that's why I'm really happy to achieve what we did on Via Caroloso here in 2023. This is the average sale price in Mission Viejo for detached single family homes from 2018 and on. And as you can see, we've got that strong upward momentum and a peak though in March of last year and at 1,277,000 and change for detached homes in Mission Viejo. From there, the prices fell more or less, primarily due to interest rates and probably some to negative media hype, but that's a topic of a whole nother video. We reached our bottom in Mission Viejo in January at 1,020,000 and change. And then here we are in June of 2023. Our height was a new peak, 1,257,000. So the height of the market all time right there in March of last year when that second highest sale occurred, and our sale occurred when it wasn't quite as strong. And as we all know, interest rates are one of the factors that have been making some headwinds for sellers. This is a 10-year look back at interest rates, and there's that dramatic rise up last year, and thus the reason that the market had a peak early in the year and declined afterwards. So again, just a way of showing you how even more remarkable I believe this sale was. And if you'll stick around, I'd like to tell you a little bit about how we achieved it and why I think we were able to achieve that record sale price, and maybe how we could do the same for you when the time comes for you to sell. So let's start first about how our homes traditionally marketed by real estate agents in our area. Well, we put it in the multiple listing service. Hopefully they're doing professional photos. Only about 13% of us are doing video. I'll talk more about why that's important. But put it in the MLS. It syndicates out to sites like Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, etc. And that's where your exposure is coming from. So let's take two active listings. Here's one in Mission Viejo on Lovios. This home's been on the market for 37 days and has 1,454 views on Zillow. Now, Zillow is the largest lead aggregator in the United States of America. So, if you or listing aggregators rather. So this is the spot, at least online, if you're not doing any additional marketing, that you're likely to get your most views. Another home in our neighboring community of Foothill Ranch, 12 parterre, and 15 days on the market. They've got 2,440 views and 143 saves. So that might seem great. You think to yourself, wow, over 1,000 views or over 2,000 views, that seems like enough. Not if you want to achieve that record sale price that we achieved on Via Caroloso. So I don't know too many people who want to sell their home for less or get less for their home. And if we're talking about ways to get more, a higher sale price, it all starts like a funnel with eyeballs on the listing, and then it proceeds from there to showings, to open house attendance, to the number of offers and the quality of offers, and ultimately shows up in your pocketbook as a higher sale price. So let's talk about what I was able to do and what I'm able to do on my listings. First, I want to say, when I'm talking about statistics that I'm going to talk about here, we're pulling these from reliable sources and reputable third-party sources. National Association of Realtors, Mortgage Bankers Association, CoreLogic, and other entities like that. So we're pulling the data from reliable sources. And so let's start. We looked at those 1,400 views and 2,400 views on Zillow. That sounds pretty good, right? Yeah. Everyone's looking online nowadays when they are looking for a new property. So not everyone begins there, but this is from National Association of Realtors and talks about the use of the internet in the home search process. So it's not necessarily beginning there, but at least at some phase, did the buyer use online or internet to find a home? And way back in 1995, about 2% of buyers did. That number jumped up by 2003 or 4 to 74%. And look, we've really been in the 90% or higher for over 10 years now. So currently we're at 95%. So if you're selling a home and you want people to see it, online is important. Here's another indicator of how important the internet and online has become. This is a set of statistics showing where the buyers attributed where they found the home they purchased. So 4% in our latest set of data are saying that it was through a yard house or open house sign. And so that number has declined over the years, as you can see with the graph. 51% currently say that the internet is where they attribute to having found the home that they ultimately purchased. So again, that's the largest proportion of any of the ways that people say they found a home, at 51%. Now, what methods are real estate agents using to market homes? We've got quite a few of them on here. You'll be able to access this full PDF report on this email or on the website that you can link to that shows the Via Cauteloso listing. But the two most important that stand out to me is that 43% of agents are using open houses, but only 13% are using video in their marketing. So why is that important? Well, open houses, they still serve a purpose. Not gonna say that they're not worth doing. And most agents, or a large number of agents, are doing them. Only 13% are doing video. Well, if 51% of people say they found the home on the internet, and video is known to be one of the most powerful tools that you can use on the internet and in marketing in general, then why aren't more agents using video? Well, I think that's a question that you'll need to ask yourself when you go to sell. Again, we want to show you how social media usage is increasing. An average American now 147 minutes a day. That's almost 2.5 hours a day. Of that, Facebook is the most used, and particularly by the segment of the population that's likely to buy or sell a home. And right now, 2.91 active monthly users. And then Facebook users are also using YouTube, about 74% of them, and Instagram, about 78% of them. So you can advertise a home organically. You can get a website for the home, and you can just do organic advertising. That reach, though, has declined dramatically. So this is non-social media, non-paid advertising. This is just organic reach. It was already as low as 7.7% in 2018 and down to 5.2% on the latest statistic that I have, reliable statistic at 5.2%. So the investment in social media and paid ads on internet just makes sense, and it's going to make a difference to your bottom line. A little bit more about social media growth. Here's from 2017 to present. This is worldwide. You had 2.86 billion users, and now today you're at 4.12 billion. Now that's not just the United States of America, of course, but we know that the U.S. is heavily invested. The consumer is in social media, and the growth appears to be continuing. It's forecasted to grow. So how are we different? How did we achieve that record sale on Via Cauteloso? Well, I want to cover a couple things for you. Only 16% of real estate agents are using social media. In other words, to advertise homes, only about 16% are using them. And less than 1% of those are using social media properly. And what do I mean by that? I really want to focus on this because you can put a listing post on your an agent can put a listing post on their profile. Yay, it's going to get at best 100 views, 150 views, and a few likes. That's not enough. You need paid advertising, and you need to be using, and remember these three: target marketing, pixeling, and retargeting. That's how you get the huge numbers of the right eyeballs on your house and create that competition that we want that drives the price higher. Here's an example of one of my listings in Foothill Ranch. This is a listing where we impressions, we were able to get 132,000 and change on the impressions, or the views. I'm going to use the views because that's going to compare more directly to what you saw on Zillow. So that's 79,000 views of this listing advertisement on Facebook. And so how does that compare to the Zillow number that we just saw? Remember, Zillow is the largest listing aggregator in the nation. And without doing target marketing, retargeting, and pixeling, and using paid ads, that's about as much as your agent can expect to get. And that's about as much as most agents know how to do. So those two listings I showed you, one at 1,400 at 37 days on the market, and the other at 2,400 and change in views on the market. That pales in comparison to the 79,000. And we were able to do similarly on the Via Cauteloso listing. I'll prepare a slide for that, of course. So beyond that, though, is the engagement. That's reach. Those two numbers are the reach that we were able to get. That's impressive. But then we've got the post clicks at 603 and the reactions at 468. So again, that's a way to measure how the consumers are reacting to the listing and how much we can likely expect for them to come to the property either via open house or via an appointment. Okay, so how do we get those results? We target market sponsored advertisements on Facebook and Instagram. Facebook, the biggest platform, Instagram gaining ground every day. You've got to pay. If your agent's not paying to play, then you're not going to get that exposure. Organic reach doesn't work. And what I'll add there is that just boosting a posting is not going to work either. That's a very simplistic paid form of advertising. That'll maybe get a listing up to 1,000 views, or maybe 1,500 views. It's not going to get that 79,000 views number. You've got to use a sophisticated digital marketing plan to achieve that. Okay. A little bit more results. This is all in the PDF slides that you can access through the website here or through the email. Just wanting to show you that how many more views we're able to get using this method as opposed to what most agents are doing. So our focus and the way we got that record sale price is using social media and target marketing, retargeting, and pixeling to achieve that. We don't ignore, though, the traditional methods, though: printed materials, open houses, signage, etc. That's all, postcards. That's all part of our marketing plan too. Let's see. You'll be receiving in the mail also a postcard. You'll be able to access the website for the listing itself, so you can take a look at it and get a little bit more information about the property, see how it compares to yours, etc. But mainly want to thank you for watching this video. And reach out, please, if you want to discuss anything about social media marketing, digital marketing in general, and how that's what really levers up the price that we're able to achieve. Again, thanks for taking the time to watch this. I'm Dave Gubler, broker owner of IML Real Estate. Take care.